I think the main challenge for agentic use, AI use within across the internet is one of trust, in the sense that um, as the information becomes spread worldwide to the point where it's accessible to agents will train off of the information, but they don't necessarily retain their measure of trust. So for example, for the existing web, we use the domain name system and website um, certificates that are obtained for specific corporations. The corporations apply for the certificate and they demonstrate control over it. And that establishes a mechanism of trust because the consumers, the users, can establish a communication securely with a bank, for example. And but the agent platforms in AI and agentic behavior, typically the agents are trained using external data, not specifically the bank's data, and they are trained from we don't know where the data has come from, whether it's authoritative or not. And the difficulty is ensuring the customer is receiving data from the bank via the agentic interface, so via the AI agents. And the AI agents are only acting upon trusted data from the source that they trust, which would be the bank. Um, One way we found to work on that process, it's an ongoing problem. It's something we're trying to produce more tools to as a way of improving the situation, and also to eventually gain more trust in what agents can do. At Adobe, we have something called the LLM optimizer, which allows the site, the bank, for example, to see how they're being portrayed from the agent point of view. So they can see how that training data has influenced their decisions. They can see how they're bringing customers to the bank site and how they're interacting with that website. And that provides a way of verifying that there's not some information out there on the internet that the bank needs to correct. AI has been growing at a very fast rate, but roughly the same rate at which the World Wide Web grew at during the early 90s. So we were seeing the websites double every 2 months, and it very quickly outpaced the realm of normal society in terms of growth. And one of the ways that we dealt with that is through international forums where we could collaborate on standards that the software developers who work towards. Now, in much the way the policymakers collaborate in commissions and also efforts to try to find common ground, find places that need addressing, and working with experts to address those issues. And I think one thing that is nice, the industry is a little bit faster now in terms of its recognition of the failures that occur with the AI, and recognition of the risks that are associated with separating the trust issues. And I hope that will come in the form of more rapid solutions, both particularly around the idea of content authenticity and maintaining that ability to verify that the information that you're training upon and the information that you're using to interact with APIs is actually authentic for a particular actor like a bank. Unfortunately, I'm not on the stock side of the house, and so it's one of those things where all bubbles eventually burst. But whether it will burst in a spectacular way or in a very slow and seamless way, or just transition over time, I really don't know. I would expect companies that are on the bleeding edge right now to stay on the bleeding edge until they make a big mistake. If they're not careful about how they approach particularly real people and real accounts, they will burst. Right. If they use the industry knowledge that we have, take advantage of the policy knowledge that we have, and collaborate on safe ways of doing business online, I think they will survive. I think the main issue will become one of the trust in data and trust in the partners, but I don't actually anticipate anything coming from the quantum side of the realm until people figure out how to get output from them. So the quantum computing, for the most part, is an issue because it affects cryptography. So from a technical concern or privacy concern, that would be a big issue. But currently, it's very theoretical. And I don't expect it to be less theoretical in the next 5 years, more likely the 20-year time frame.